Hello, everyone. My name is Kaan, and thanks for joining our PropTech Challenge Day. Just few house rules for overall. If you're an attendee, you are not allowed to open your microphone or webcam, which is a great thing. So there will be no mistakes on your end. Our presentations, like panelists and also startups, are going to share their videos when we are going to ask them to join us. We are planning to have it roughly 1.5 hours. I will give you some overall background about this event as well. We are quite happy to have this day to close this one more chapter in our life. And we are probably going to work with some of our partners and startups who are pitching today or people who are not pitching today. Let's start. So my name is Kaan. If you haven't met yet, I'm founder and CEO of Hackquarters, and I'm going to a little bit delve into what as Hackquarters we are doing. And today, as PropTech Challenge, we have our gold partners, Renaissance Gayrimenkul and E-Office, and also great community partners from investors like 500 startups to government promotion agencies like ASIO, Business France. We have companies or accelerators coming from +6 Labs, Female Foundry, and more. Some of the logos that you cannot see right now, but hopefully they're going to engage with our startups after the events. Today's overall agenda is going to be me giving you 2-3 more minutes in terms of what we are going to expect today. We have 10 startups. Actually, we had great companies coming from 20+ different countries, and PropTech is a hugely different structure. So you can see material companies, smart city, mobility solutions, sustainability solutions. So to be honest, I would be happy if we had all of these great companies to introduce to you, but you are going to see 10 of them today, and some of our partners are going to engage with the rest of them. If you are interested in investing in PropTech companies, and if you want to know what's happening more, feel free to reach us, to Gizem, to me. You can just send an email to hello@Hackquarters. Then we will have maybe 10 minutes Q&A. But in terms of the Q&A part, you can always ask your questions through chat or the Q&A button in Zoom. As I mentioned, you are not going to be able to turn on your microphone, but feel free to write it on the Q&A, and our startups are able to see your questions, so they can write you the questions immediately, the answers, after the presentation event. And also our team is going to give you some information about the startups and the founders. Maybe you'd like to connect with them in real life. If you miss some kind of like information or anything like that, we would be happy to do that later on. And after this 10 great pitches, we are going to have half-an-hour panel on overall PropTech industry, and it is going to be a quite interesting one. I'm looking forward to hear it. I see some of our panelists already joined as well, and the Fireside Chat, the panel will be around global PropTech industry trends and perspectives. Again, property is a huge domain from different verticals, and in terms of monetary value, it's trillions of dollars. So I'm really looking forward to hear what kind of trends or innovations are technically happening. And after that, this will conclude our today's session. And for the companies that we are going to engage one-to-one, we are looking forward to do it. So as I mentioned a little bit about Hackquarters, as Hackquarters, we do open innovation programs for great companies. Some of our programs are with one company like Wizio Innovation Program, which we are delivering this program in 4 different countries. FinTech is a great vertical that we are really interested in. One of the new programs that we are going to release, for some of you, it might be interesting. It will be MediaMarkt Retail Tech Program, which is also quite close by to PropTech itself. Please tune in for the demo day around December. So we already have our applications, and we are going to have our new insurance program. And if you're in Italy, we have a demo day in November, in 22nd of November in FinTech. It is Wizio Innovation Programs demo day. And in December, the Allianz and MediaMarkt programs will kick off and close. So feel free to reach out to us for any kind of topics. And through those 100+ programs, we are so happy that we reached out to 30,000 startups, which is great. We do have those companies coming from many other countries, like 100+ countries. And I think our investment numbers updated a little bit. So our program, our partnerships team was telling me that it is roughly $700 million overall invested right now, which is a great news for our Hackquarters family. Just if we want to dive into the program details for PropTech only, we had 94 applications, I guess, more than 90 applications, which you are going to hear 10 of them from 20 different countries. Some of them are earlier stage companies, some of them are quite established companies, and you are going to see them from their clients. And in this program, we had 6 different verticals that we are interested in mostly, and you are going to see those breakdowns as well. When we were designing this program, we designed this program to make it one-day discovery ecosystem meetup with our potential partners and startups, which was roughly 1.5 months ago. Then we had some internal value discovery sessions with our platinum partners. We wanted to understand what kind of solutions they are quite interested in. And we had a great jury day, which we had some of our startups that you are going to listen and a little bit more at that day. And this event is the private innovation event where you can get an access to all of the startups. I mentioned the 6 verticals, so smart real estate sustainability is really booming. Real estate management, fintech solutions are quite interested for many of the companies that we are talking. There is also construction and management part of the equation. So we do have interesting companies coming from there. And we have the real estate as an investment. So you will definitely need a lot of new fintech solutions or any kind of like value solutions. Then we have insurtech, blockchain and security, and finally mobility and infrastructure solutions. Again, PropTech itself is quite big and it touches our lives everywhere. Billions of people from their residential places or the working places, we are always in one of those things. We mentioned about the timeline. We are hoping to have this program next year, maybe in 6 months' time. So if you have any suggestions, if you are interested being a part of it as a startup or being a part as a partner, just let us know. Like we would be happy to get your feedbacks, and we are going to send you some feedback documents as well. So the startups that you are going to see today is on the page right now. I'm going to have one pages with them too. You can also look for the chat, so you can see some details about the companies who are going to present today, but we are quite excited to hear them. The pitches will take roughly 4 minutes. Then I'm going to introduce the next one and the next one. And after we have this today, hopefully we are going to publish it on our website and we are going to send it to our potential partners, and maybe we will have some POCs with our current partners. So just to check a few things, I hope you can see and hear me well. From chat, I can see some things coming through, but can we also test the Q&A part? Can you just write something through Q&A so I can be sure that I'm not missing anything? I'm just waiting if, okay, perfect. Someone already write. Thank you, Emre. Thank you, Seçkin. Thanks for writing the question. So I can see that it is actually working. Now we are going to have our startups. So we are going to start from France with Noura. I think Noura is joining us today. It's a really interesting company that we liked it very much in the semifinals. Noura, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Perfect. Perfect. Now I can see you as well. Let me just turn off the screen sharing. Would you like to share your screen for the pitch? I'm not going to step in, but we are really happy that you are here today with us. And I'm going to have a timer just in case, but I think the last time it was quite well structured, so I don't expect anything less. So I'm just turning my camera off and wishing you the best. And if you will have any questions, maybe I can add it at the end. Good luck, Noura.
Thank you very much. So I am Noura Barry, founder and CEO of Carbon Saver, and it's a productive eco-design solution for building and renovation. I am myself an interior designer, and this project came from my own frustration as a designer who has no skills in terms of environmental impact, environmental engineering, and if all of the decisions I make have impact, definitely. So this comes from my experience. I used to have even a startup in that domain. We did more than 2,000 projects across France with a network of 150 architects and interior designers. And the frustration we all shared was that we want to do better in terms of impact, but we don't know how to. And there is no solution to help us and guide us until Carbon Saver came. We've even been noticed as one of the startups you should invest in one of the top business magazines in France. And we already did 140K of pre-sales before the solution was ready because we are really answering a need that was not addressed yet. So as I said, interior designers make thousands of decisions. Each of them have impact, and we don't have the skills to know what has impact or not. And with Carbon Saver, we modularize that process of making those decisions. We have created a score that is very comprehensive on a scale between 0 and 100, and it tells you when you're designing something, if you're choosing the right material or not, and if not, why, and how you can improve your choices to enhance the impact of the projects that you're designing. We can do it for hotel, homes, retail, and even at the end of the process, we certify that our client did in real life what he did in eco-design with our solution. So it proves that our customer went until the end of the journey and really implemented those impactful choices. We've been acknowledged and even labeled by the French Minister of Ecology. And our environmental engine contains a calculation that includes life cycle analysis with a system of weights and bonus that creates that score. Of course, if you have questions, I will tell you more details about it. But the next step is really to help support decision making so that you can have on the same page budgets and impact so that you maximize both of it. And our engine is built in a way that you can embed various regulations like BREEAM, LEED certification, or other local regulations. And of course, once you know what to do, you need to do it. And this is why we have designed a solution that is based on AI that will improve the technical layout of the architect, which means that we will add automatically water collection system, solar panels, or for instance, insulation based on the layout that is originally drawn by the architects. This is really the biggest innovation that we bring here, because on the market today, we have no solution such as this, enhancing the impact of a project by definitely using generative AI to enhance the layouts from the start. We also, of course, provide dashboards for our customers so that they can see where they are going. And our solution starts at 1K per month per user. Already 140K of pre-sales done, as I said, we have 30 users, and our TAM is 12 billion. And we consider that with 500 users within 5 years, we can reach 10 million a year. We will focus on North America and Europe. This is where 50% of the market is, and Asia is definitely the fastest growing market in that domain, and very soon it will be the largest market, so we have to go towards there. My co-founder has a very deep experience in terms of SaaS and AI, and this is why we decided to partner to launch this solution. And we have a very senior team, which allowed us from the very beginning to pre-sell the solution, because we were able to deliver quickly and something that is exactly fitting the needs, because UX, UI is really our focus. Whatever is delivered has always been validated with our community of users and customers. Our ask is 500 because due to various dispositifs that we can use, we will be able to triple that amount at the end of the day. Most of the funds will be used for talents, environmental engineering, and of course, IT, because we need more people to deliver our various versions of our generative AI. We are working today with researchers from a French university, and we've been able to crack that issue of generating layouts inside something existing, and now we need to parallelize what we're doing so that we can deliver faster something that is absolutely complete. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Noura. I mean, you were still on top. Thank you for the great presentation. Today, actually, the rest of the startups are also can hear each other. So maybe you can have some kind of collaborations from that, because I know one of our startups who are coming to our London Scale-Up program, they are doing AI rendered interior design. And actually, this is what I would like to do. Like, I'm going to introduce you guys. They're a startup from US, Turkish founders. They do great things. Maybe you can add your solution as a layer on top of their solution, so they can already get like some kind of carbon scoring in their design. So some of the people who are going to be more and more curious about the impact of what they want to build would come up directly. So if you will have any questions, please check the question part. Maybe you would like to answer maybe some specific questions, and thank you for sharing your contact details for the people, and hopefully we will get you the money and also some clients as well. Thank you, Noura. So let me go with the next company that we are going to have today. Giuseppe, I think I can see him already. Giuseppe, if you are available, you can turn on your video. Thanks for joining us. So DataSpark AI is on the other side of the business, like real estate management. So without further ado, I'm going to leave the stage to you, and we are looking forward to hear more about DataSpark AI. Would you like to share your screen?
Yes, thank you. Please tell me when you see my screen.
Now it's coming. Perfect. You can make it full size. Oh no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you?
Perfect.
See it? Okay.
Exactly. Good luck, and talk to you in 4 to 5 minutes.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm one of the co-founders of DataSpark AI. DataSpark AI is a platform that helps companies adopt and bring generative AI inside their enterprise. We define it as the fastest way to build Gen AI applications and ecosystems. Basically, with our solution, you can build two pillars of generative AI applications. So internal AI platforms that you can use for analytics, business intelligence, CRM, and internal processes and workflows, as well as AI specialized advisors and assistants that are customer-facing and client-facing. This way, we cover basically the need of enterprises to have a single unified view of their AI applications from a single platform. So how it works, we built a framework that helps you deliver and deploy AI inside your enterprise in a very seamless and, let's say, user-friendly way. There are 3 steps. The first step is basically the data integration step, and that enables you in literally one click, thanks to our connectors, to sync and integrate your data universe. So it can be your database, your data lakes, or even document data wealth. Sorry, there's a ring. So you can upload documents, you can upload emails, and so on. And then there's basically the engine of our platform, which is the tool management of the platform. Basically, you can create and upload tools that are task specifics, and this way you equip your platform with tools to basically extend the capabilities. And then finally, you can deploy your app. How we are working with real estate companies and financial companies is basically we are helping them building specialized advisors. What these advisors can do is basically the sky's the limit, because by powering these applications with Python, you can really make them execute any task. So here you have some examples of what these applications are doing. So it can be a data exploration task, data analysis task, or predictions and revenue management, liquidity management. So it's all available via prompt. So you can access and leverage your assistance in a conversational way. So by speaking to it and writing your prompts, and the results are exceptionally efficient in terms of productivity. So where we are today, we have over 1,500 platform users. The team is specialized in AI. We have AI models and infrastructures that are proprietary. We have some of the largest asset management firms in Europe that are using the platform, and including real estate listed companies in Italy and in the UK. And yeah, these are some of the experiences of our core team. We come from the European Central Bank, the Bloomberg Data Unit, CRIF, Red Brick, Ferrari, and Maserati. So we have partnerships with some of the world most advanced institutions in the field of enterprise AI and analytics and infrastructures like Grupo Sind or Ashers or Hitachi. And what we are looking forward to is to welcome new partners and investors that really want to enable the transition to generative AI inside their enterprise. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Giuseppe. You were quite on time as well. Thanks for being that way. And I think we are living in a life where everything is starting with AI now. If wherever you go, all of the pitches that are coming from the startups are always AI, and basically you are trying to enable every data set people are using much faster and stronger by your own proprietary algorithms and AI solutions. I think there are so many use cases from the attendees. I can see like some property management companies and also investors. So hopefully somebody is going to reach out and you can start a new use case with a new client. So thanks for being with us, Giuseppe, today, and hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
Okay, our third startup of today is Faradai. I think Edward is going to be with us. Perfect. I see Edward. Hi, Edward. Thanks for joining us today. Faradai is on a little bit on sustainability side, I would say. You will talk about AI as well. So let me just stop my screen share so you can start yours. And I'm sure that people are quite interested in to understand what would be Faradai's solution and how they can actually include it in their real estate verticals. Now, perfect. When you do the full size, now it's quite clear on my side. Best of luck. You can start whenever you want.
Lovely. Thanks very much. Hello, everyone. My name is Edward. I'm the Global Sales Director at Faradai, and we're building tools to help organizations to measure, report, and reduce emissions, software tools, to help organizations accelerate their net zero journey. So many organizations have made bold climate statements, and the emissions regulations and legislations are growing, are only going to continue to do so. Yet, reporting and finding ways to reduce emissions is still something that many companies have not got a hold of. When it comes to reporting your emissions, calculating your carbon footprint, there are many problems. You've got manually collecting data from a wide range of sources, managing the huge volumes of unstructured data, making important calculations in Excel, having to manually find emissions factors, and then spending lots of time producing custom reports time and time again. These things are time consuming and they risk costly errors. Errors which, as these numbers become even more important, the risk grows. Faradai Sustain, our carbon accounting tool, supports you in calculating your carbon footprint. So we focus on efficient data capture, so through software integrations and bulk uploads, focusing on data validation, making sure that the information that goes into the platform is as accurate as possible. We're collecting activity data, things like kilograms of waste, kilowatt hours of energy, liters of water. Can we convert this data to CO2 through a library of emissions factors and then visualize this information on the platform? You've got your carbon footprint now. Then you can run analysis to look for hotspots and use our target setting and tracking module to help you set and track progress. We're recently introducing an AI-powered decarbonisation co-pilot, which in its first form will be able to answer your legislation questions, but ultimately be able to pull out custom information about your emissions from the platform, being able to answer any question. But measuring is just one step, and reducing is another tough area. We help with this by focusing on energy. There are many problems in energy reporting: collecting the data, analyzing it, manually producing reports, making comparisons, identifying anomalies. These things are laborious, inaccurate, and tough to do. But Faradai help. We help with the efficient capture of energy data. We can link with any systems and devices, smart meters or software, pull that granular energy data to the platform, and then enrich it with operational data, things like opening times or floor area. This information is then pulled through to the platform, which is highly customizable. You can create drag and drop dashboards for different types of users and run your analysis here using AI to identify excessive consumption. You can then take steps to address that, reducing your energy, emissions, and cost. We currently have two products, Faradai Sustain and Faradai Energy, and we sell these products to a range of organizations across the globe. But we believe that in the real estate sector, by focusing on energy, water, and waste, we can automate the capture of this activity data, convert it to CO2, and establish a single source of truth for a building's carbon footprint. Then take a deeper dive and looking at their energy, getting 360-degree visibility, and then using our data science and AI algorithms to identify those anomalies and take steps to reduce. So we can help you easily calculate your carbon footprint and take real steps to reduce emissions with Faradai Net Zero Intelligence. We are looking forward to talking to anyone who's interested in trying our services and seeing the results. And also we are fundraising at the moment. So looking forward to some future conversations.
Thank you very much, Edward.
Thank you.
I'm sure that some of our partners, not even coming from the PropTech side, because you help them with the energy and also reporting on that sustainability side, they might be interested in at least meeting with you and trying the solutions. And if it's a good fit, hopefully having a new client. So maybe you can turn off your screen share. And I think we already shared your contact information as well. Fingers crossed for potential new clients. And thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Edward.
Cheers.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So we can continue with Rishi. I think I also saw Rishi. Perfect. He's already turning the video on. It is another solution that is quite important in the property management area, and they have a different story as well. So this is HVAC optimization. So hi, Rishi. Would you like to test your microphone? Nice to see you again.
Good to see you too.
So the air quality definitely affects a lot of things, from employee performances then to the healthcare of the people. Would you like to start your screen share so our listeners can also tune in and see that solution? Perfect. It's coming up. Perfect. Now I can see it. So I'm going to leave the stage to you, and you are going to have your 4 to 5 minutes, and best of luck with your presentation.
Perfect. Thank you. Hello, everyone. So I'm Rishi Chowdhury, co-founder of Incube Space, and our predictive HVAC optimization platform helps commercial real estate owners offer buildings that are healthy for both people and the planet, whilst reducing energy costs by up to 40%. So the problem is buildings are used inconsistently, and this has only gotten worse since the COVID pandemic. It leads to inefficient buildings that are unhealthy and wasteful. So over 30% of a commercial building's energy use is wasted, and the vast majority of that energy is being used on heating, ventilation, and cooling, so also known as the HVAC. So on an average portfolio, this can be well into the millions of dollars going to waste. So meet CubeOS, our predictive HVAC optimization platform that cuts your energy use by 40% whilst maintaining occupier comfort. So CubeOS is our software platform that consolidates building usage data, then uses machine learning to analyze and predict how use of space will affect the indoor environment, so temperature levels or carbon dioxide levels, and then it will ensure the HVAC is only running when required. So you can almost imagine 10 people going into a room. CubeOS knows that the temperature and carbon dioxide levels will rise at X rate for that specific room. And then it essentially tells the HVAC to counter any changes at the same rate so that there's always an optimal indoor environment. And this uses up to 85% less energy from heating, cooling, or ventilation. So you can quickly make those savings. Your HVAC essentially becomes a dynamic system rather than a reactive one. It's like having a 24/7 building engineer continuously monitoring and tweaking for maximum efficiency, essentially so your facilities can get back to maintaining the best facilities possible. So setup is in hours, not weeks, and payback is in months, not years. CubeOS, we believe, is the fastest and most cost-effective way to reduce your energy consumption, carbon emissions, and occupier complaints. It's a $120 billion problem, and commercial real estate owners must act now to meet future legislation that is coming fast. We've already helped the likes of Bosch, University of Cambridge, and the NHS to reduce their energy consumption and carbon emissions, whilst also ensuring optimal indoor air quality. We're looking to focus on that sector of universities and healthcare and corporate offices. The market is pretty fragmented and complex at the moment, with many legacy hardware companies and hardware and software startups providing a wealth of insights, but lacking in actually taking action. So our focus really is on the taking action part, so it doesn't become more work for facilities. We're a SaaS solution. We charge on a per square foot per annum basis. So you only pay for spaces which are being optimized, and our costs are typically 25% or less of the energy savings that are being made. So it's an affordable, simple, and scalable solution. My co-founder George and I have been working together running successful 7-figure plus businesses now for the past 10 years. Feeling old every time I say that. And we have a great team of experts in the field of AI, data science, real estate, HVAC, and energy efficiency. So we're hoping this opportunity with Hackquarters can support us in opening up more pilot opportunities, as well as give us a bit of exposure as we're currently raising our seed round at the moment. So on that note, if you're interested in learning more about CubeOS or our fundraise, please do get in touch. We know you can save money on your energy bills, so we do offer a money-back guarantee as well if we do not show a positive ROI within 12 months. So that's us. Do stay in touch.
As always, an incredible sales pitch, right? If you don't get the satisfaction or your investment's worth, you are going to be happy to pay it back. So that shows a really strong solution. And like 10 years, 12 years working together doesn't really show from your face, but in terms of the professionality, I think it shows. Thank you very much, Rishi. I think we have some of the details from the chat. So we are also hoping that you are going to have some POC opportunities with some of our partners. But in terms of like someone who are like renting commercial real estate, I can vouch for like the quality, air quality makes sense and it affects the business for sure. Thanks for being with us. If you will see any questions, please keep an eye out just in case. Maybe our guests are interested in some of the parts of it. So let me continue with another type of solution. Again, like we were talking about like commercial real estate, a lot of people are using co-working spaces or flexible spaces. While saying that, welcome Irina, nice to have you. So Nooka is one of our PropTech Challenge startups. Thanks for being with us. Can we just test your microphone just in case?
Yes, of course. Hello, everyone.
Perfect.
Very nice to be here.
Perfect. Your voice is quite clear. Maybe you'd like to share the screen as well. It's coming up.
Yes.
And I'm going to start your timer, but everybody's quite professional, so I have no doubts on this. Best of luck. I'm just going to be on the side listening to your pitch. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Irina Leca, CEO and co-founder of Nooka Space. We could all agree that in the last few years, the way we work has completely changed. Nearly 50% of knowledge workers will work from a hybrid or remote environment by the end of this year. And 79% of them think that the lack of commute is the best thing about working from home, showing that people don't hate offices, they just hate the commute. But so the hybrid workspace workers, they love and want their flexibility, but finding a suitable and well-equipped workspace when you are on the go is really a challenge. Offices and co-working spaces require commute, and public spaces like coffee shops, they are noisy and uncomfortable. But in this problem lies a huge opportunity for real estate owners to monetize their underutilized spaces like hallways, gardens, and Tier 2 spaces by transforming them into proximity workspace solutions for these hybrid workers. So imagine that instead of being tied to your home office every day, you could access an office anywhere and anytime you want. We made this dream a reality with our proximity workspace solutions that cut commute and CO2 emissions. We are partnering with office pod manufacturers to offer smart on-demand proximity workspaces for the property owners. And with our own proprietary technology, we help real estate owners rent their empty spaces with no personnel needed. We developed a mobile app for the end users to be able to find the nearest workspace, to book it and to pay via the app. And then we developed an admin dashboard for the venue partners where they can check their utilization rates and their revenues. At the heart of our technology lies our IoT system that makes any pod or brick and mortar space a connected space that can be rented via our app totally unattended. We have a SaaS business model and we charge a subscription for every pod or brick and mortar space that we help monetize through our Nooka Space app. And we help our venue partners lease the office pods via leasing solutions. We are already in 12 countries working with 26 partners and delivering 40 hours per week utilization on our workspaces. We have developed successful partnerships with a variety of venue partners from airports, co-working spaces, gas stations, train stations, residential areas, and shopping malls. And we are sure that we can develop successful POCs with the corporate partners of this program. We started by providing value to our venue owners with our risk-free POCs, but now we focus on our technology licensing by selling our Nooka OS subscriptions to help these real estate owners monetize their unused spaces and attract new customers with our Nooka pods. And we are delivering 70% yearly yields. While the rest of our competitors are focusing on selling the office pods, we are using them as a hook for our technology licensing and our growth. We are placing the office pods in high traffic areas to attract the end users. And when they are on our app, we are sending them to the not so visible venues that are in the same space, being able to provide utilization for these tier 2 spaces of our venue partners. The total remote workers and business travelers market worldwide is at 268 billion. And with our pipeline and expansion plan, we are aiming to get to 19 million in the first 3 years. As a serial entrepreneur with an exit to Fitbit alongside a strong technical team and a hands-on advisory board, we are here to revolutionize the workspace. We are inviting investors to join us this 2 million round, out of which 50% is already committed. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rina. Definitely, like, the commute is not the best part of the work. So I can see that people are actually quite liking somewhere convenient for them to work. And also, while we do travel a lot. I definitely need sometimes a quiet place where I can do a nice call in an airport, especially. So it looks really, really great. Maybe we will have like individual people who would like to have a Nooka Space wherever they have a place that they can put it. Or maybe they would be interested in being an investor as well, or maybe just a user. So thank you for being with us, and hopefully we can help you get some new partners along the way.
Thank you.
See you soon. We are following this problem with something else. So the next company is called Ordin, and I think Dennis will be pitching the founder, because as Irina was also mentioning, there are so many places to manage, and when you have huge groups of assets, you need some kind of infrastructure or platform to manage it efficiently. Thank you, Dennis, joining. Let me just turn off the screen share so you can have your pitch on the screen.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Kaan.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Perfect, it's coming up. So I'm just going to the background. Yes, your voice is quite good. The presentation is on our screen. So I'm wishing you the best and listening to your great pitch.
Yes. Hello, my name is Dennis. I'm from Ordin. We are real estate operating system, a bit assisted with AI. If you manage a commercial real estate asset like shopping mall or an office space, you are dealing with lots of pieces of software for facility management, property management, tenants relations, smart buildings, and you have to log in, input login passwords, download, upload data, and this consumes a lot of time from your team, from yourself. So you are thinking about, like, maybe we should go back to the papers, Excel, messengers, emails, and not dealing with those PropTech software. In Ordin, we put everything, the full cycle of real estate management, commercial real estate management, into a single screen. We have ready apps called modules for facility management, like reactive maintenance, preventive maintenance, which is assisted with AI, property management for dealing with contracts, turnovers for shopping malls, and having a tenant portal or residents mobile app for communicating with property manager and facility manager. Also, we have a smart buildings part from our partner Hybrid. So you can, within 1 or 2 days, you can install a configuration for a shopping mall, like with our current customer did, the Wizio Mall, the biggest shopping mall in Georgia. And like we are offering a pilot for Renaissance for having the same configuration in Optimum or Hilltown shopping mall. So we have 3 cornerstones of our app. First of all, a mobile app for the resident or for the tenant, where all daily operations are done, so on the go, so you don't have to log in to send in a request or to check the bills. So everything is mobile app, a modular web portal where everybody works, which has features for any kind of user. And the last but not least, a mobile app for engineer and for cleanings and for the security stuff. where you complete all the works with photo validations and NFC scanning. So we are sure that the person is done this work in this particular space, particular area. We're not just selling the software. We are giving a full cycle of integrations, including user training and certification of the personnel, of the engineers, to be sure that they are providing the highest value for the landlords. So landlords buy us because they have a higher portfolio valuation, a faster due diligence process in case they are selling their properties or they're attracting investments. And of course, they get a growth in daily revenues from their portfolio. We launched in the beginning of this year. We have already customers from Central Asia, from South Caucasus, from MENA region, and of course from the Baltic, from Estonia, where we are from. It's easy to start with us because we have a very flexible pricing starting from €25 per user, or you can pay per square meter or get an unlimited license. We have a great team of real estate and software development professionals with a background of such companies like L'Oreal, Coca-Cola, Neom in Saudi Arabia, and Colliers. We are supported by Startup Wise Guys, and we have a Google as a technical partner, and also we are supported by Startup Estonia. So this is it. My name is Dennis. Here are my contacts. If there are any questions, just scan this tab, text me, or I will like to answer your questions in this event. Thank you.
Thank you, Dennis. I'm sure that the people who are managing multiple real estate already trying to do their best, but in terms of Ordin, it's definitely a contender in the marketplace. So probably they need to meet with you, try your solution, probably will hook up with your solution anyway. So I'm looking forward to have more and more people to start working with you, and let's see what their reviews will be. Thanks for being with us, Dennis. And if you'll have the questions, we would be happy to forward it to you as well. Our next startup is on a different part. So I'm assuming Jacopo will be with us. Maybe he can turn on the video. And this time we are going to talk a little bit about sun. So the energy side of the things, still sustainability, still energy. And with PowerMarket, Jacopo is going to tell us the pitch, and maybe we can create more sustainable energy sources. Welcome, Jacopo.
Hello, thank you for having me. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much. I just turned off the one-liner. Maybe you can start sharing your screen. Perfect. It's coming up. Okay, awesome. I'm going to leave the stage to you, and best of luck with your pitch, and going to see you in 4 to 5 minutes.
Thank you. Thank you. So thank you for having us, and also thank you to the other startups that shared their valuable insights. In the next 4 minutes, I will present you PowerMarket, which has the purpose to cut emissions and help companies make money out of their buildings, leveraging the power of the sun. So basically, we can all think of roof-mounted solar panels, and it looks pretty simple. But what if you, for example, are a tenant and you cannot install panels on the building? Or what if you are tight on capital? Or what if you want to know how much of your how much solar will increase the value of the property? So for all of these things, there is PowerMarket that basically provides companies with everything they need to know in order to decide if and how to go solar. So we are a software company focused on solar installation on rooftops, and working everywhere in the world thanks to proprietary satellite technology. And since we can help companies identify the most promising buildings in their portfolio for adopting solar panels, we can get very high performances on those selected buildings, up to 40% emission reduction and 50% reduction in cost, which corresponds to 18% IRR on average, of course, regarding our customer portfolio. And this is not an easy task for companies to achieve themselves, because mainly building portfolio managers are not solar experts. And this is right, it's not their core business. But to achieve these kind of results, you need a vertically experienced company with dedicated technology. And PowerMarket does that helping companies on every aspect of the possible different solar installations, and even like solar solutions even without installations. For example, you can with our platform and support, you can map your building portfolios and decide which are the one more suitable for solar installations. You can manage the installation with your preferred installer, and then monitor the production against forecast to intervene quickly with maintenance, and also to sell the energy excess at the highest possible price on the grid. And alternatively, you can decide not to invest your own capital and meet with our power purchase agreement marketplace companies that will be happy to invest on your solar plant and sell you the energy at a lower price than your tariff, so everybody wins. And also, you can decide not to install at all and just buy energy from solar producers that are independent, and you can possibly do it making sure that they install new renewable energy thanks to your investment, so that you are sure that you are increasing the overall renewable energy produced, let's say, in the world, even if it's not exactly on your rooftop. And so by analyzing all of these options and presenting a free assessment for customers to make sure that they actually go on with us just if they can get a lot of value from the solution and from solar, we digest complexities for them, and this is what we really offer them, an option to understand their solar opportunities without putting in the effort to try and do it themselves. And we do it with the platform that is super simple to use and scales across geographies, services, and possible different hardwares that different buildings may be equipped with. And we partner with companies from the energy, space, and the real estate sectors, so that we can digest complexity for our customers and make it very simple for them to go solar. And it took 6 years to develop this expertise and product, and now the solution is expanding across markets and geographies. And the leadership team is experienced in solar, tech, and finance, with Abhi, our CEO, that spent years in the Indian desert inspecting solar projects and managing their construction before moving to London and founding PowerMarket. Phil, who is a real computer vision expert with decades of experience in research and tech, and Peter, a lead banker who decided that he was in love with the solution and wanted to support us both investing and contributing on the financial management side. And PowerMarket is active across many sectors. The most common points are high energy intensive, large building portfolios, and low solar expertise in the industry. And you just need data about your building's addresses and consumptions, and then we take care of everything else to get started. So happy to be in touch. Here are directly the contacts of our CEO Abhi, who will be happy to be in touch with you for pilot opportunities, investment, or any other form of collaboration. Yeah, so happy to be here.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your presentation. It's another part that we are quite, I mean, personally, I'm all for like the solar energy. So hopefully we will have more and more either commercial or residential places using more solar energy, so that we don't have the carbon emissions and we will have it in a sustainable and affordable way. Thank you, Jacobo, for being with us, and best of luck. We already had Zoran turning on the video. You can do it right now. Hi, Zoran.
Hello.
Nice to have you here. It is going to be a little bit different than the solutions that we have. Now we are seeing your script part of the things. I think you have double screens, but maybe you'd like to do it again. So this time we are going to have something a little bit different. Ideally, it is a loyalty solution powered by blockchain. So I'm quite interested to hear about this too. Now your screen is coming up. Perfect. Now we can see it. And good luck with your pitch. I'm quite curious and listening on the side.
Excellent. I'm guessing my voice is okay. I'm guessing my screen is okay right now, not double sharing.
It is quite perfect. Exactly.
Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. Merhaba. I'm Zoran. I'm here to tell you how my team and I are transforming customer experience and loyalty for brands and shopping malls, bridging the gap between the digital and the physical space. So think about your online experience with brands and shopping malls. Most of us go to Instagram and Facebook to connect and interact with brands and shopping locations, right? But centralized platforms captured consumer data and they're selling it back to businesses for billions of dollars as impressions. They act as a digital gatekeepers between the digital and the physical experience. We can cut the middleman, establish consumer communities for property developers, and convert impressions into loyalty tokens. So we do this by enabling brands to seamlessly issue Web3 wallets and establish direct connections to consumers. We use smart contracts for full privacy and transparency to elevate rewards for your customers. And this is important because Gen Zs and millennials are having new requirements from brands right now, and they're falling off from Facebook pretty fast. So how does the product work? Because our system, brands use our system to seamlessly issue Web3 wallets to their customers in seconds. It enables direct chat, engagement, and rewards, a different type of wallet. This can be attached to existing applications or loyalty programs using our API. With this, you enable your brand to provide full privacy, but at the same time, transparency about your loyalty, and enables you to collect consumer insights without consumer personal data. We know that by 2030, 80% of businesses will integrate blockchain, especially when it comes to dealing with consumers. With us, your Web3 partner, we can help you smoothly test, control, and extend digital assets, enable new type of loyalty with NFTs and tokenized donations. We provide our service as a software as a service, Web3 software as a service, empowering brands and shopping malls to swiftly onboard and incentivize consumers. Additionally, we enable smooth scaling through API calls. As I mentioned, we already work with some shopping malls and brands. We have a proven track record in testing, improving, and scaling our business model alongside our partners. The market is expected to grow from 260 million, which is right now, to 6 billion by 2027. With an impressive compound growth of 88% year over year. In addition to this, thanks to Web3, the loyalty market will grow to 60 billion. And this is our team. We have a huge, big experience when it comes to retail and technology from all sides, working with big brands, working with technology and blockchain. And we're proud to say that some of the biggest organizations in Europe has already supported this venture. In 2024, we are onboarding 2 product brands, and we're looking into working with 10 shopping malls. As we already started working, looking into launching a POC with Coca-Cola next month already. We are raising 300K to make this the next Web3 for the physical space available across Europe and MENA region. So if you're interested in converting physical experiences into digital assets, please scan the QR code, connect with me so we can schedule a call. You can also find us across various events across Europe. We were just announced as one of the top 50 blockchain startups in Europe. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Zoran. It is always nice to hear about marketing tools for your properties, because shopping malls and event venues are quite big in our daily life. Marketing has been there for a while, and we are trying to have the best solutions, which is quite fit to our current situation. So maybe we will have some new people joining and using your platform. And I see Ozan is joining as well. Thank you, Zoran. See you soon. Welcome, Ozan. And since we are talking about marketing and sales, Wizio is actually on that part, right? So that's a tool that enables people to sell their real estate in a better and faster way. So I'm leaving the stage to you. Maybe you can start sharing your screen, and then I'm going to turn off my camera and be on the site.
All right, give me a second.
Perfect.
Can you see the
Now we
screen?
can see the screen, yes,
Right.
and your voice is quite good.
Excellent. And thank you so much, Kaan. Nice to see you again. And thanks so much for having me here. Let's start. So I guess I can start with our journey, who we are and what we do. Wizio is a PropTech company, offers 3D sales tool, or you may call digital twin, for property developers to make off-plan sales. Our journey started in 2010 with my other co-founder, Onur, and our Chief Technical Officer, Ahmet. And over the years, we worked with hundreds of property developers and helped them to market and sell their projects. And we realized that one of the most important point or pain point for them is to sell as quick as possible. So extended sales cycles sometimes stop them to move to new projects, and sometimes it costs them a huge amount of money. In average, our customers lose £1.2 million in extended life cycle of projects. Also, they need to digitalize the sale process. That's why we create Wizio Plus. Wizio Plus is a software help property developers to sell and sell much quicker and collect customer data, which was not available before. Moving to product, actually, I have a video I would like to show rather than talk about it. So if you don't mind watching it very quickly, that will be great. So
Wizio
I will leave
Plus
it to
is
it.
a browser-based application that displays a photorealistic 3D maquette of your project. This incredible sales and presentation tool gives freedom to your sales team. It works online and offline with any computer or tablet. Your sales team can show the project from every angle. They can filter the project by type, price, or availability. They can go inside each unit to show renders, floor plans, or 360 tours. It has all the information the customer needs, such as location, price, or financial options. It contains an integral lightweight CRM program. It provides you with deep analytics to get all the information you need. Wizio Plus is the future of property sales and all you need to make faster and more efficient sales.
Right, so it's very quick. Okay, let's carry on. So I need to mention that our platform can be used by salespeople or embedded to a website, and we have a light CRM behind it. It is browser-based and very efficient. So our market is property developers with minimum of 20 projects. It can be residential and commercial, and sales for rental. Market is huge, as you may know, and grow rapidly. This is for the CRM grow, but actually immersive technology is even bigger with year-on-year growth, which is I think 68%. So our business model is you may call hybrid. So we have a SaaS license, and we also have additional services with renders, animations, VR and AR. And this is we are one of the first company in the space offering subscription-based payment model. So traction-wise, we already we launched in 2023, and we already generated £300,000, and we are already profitable. So we have some competitors in the market. However, we differentiate ourselves with data collection, speed, and being a browser based. So also, as I said, subscription is one of the key elements for our differentiation. So we are looking for £1 million to grow our business. We already find 40% of it. We are going to use further development such as CRM functionality, integrating AI, and extended sales and marketing activities. So it is a exciting journey for us, and I hope you can join our journey and help us to grow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ozan. It's always nice to have new tools for people to style what they do the best. So for a lot of property development projects, I'm sure that different ways of doing like VR, AR, even new augmented solutions would be a great solution. And thanks for being with us. I hope we will have some partners who are going to be interested in trying your solutions, and best of luck with the fundraising part.
Thanks so much.
Without further ado, I just want to continue with our final startup of the day. I think you can see my screen now. And the final startup who are going to pitch in this program is WorkyBe. I'm assuming Özge is going to be with us. Okay, nice to see you, Özge.
Hello.
I think we are a little bit over time, so I'm not going to have a lot of time in talking. I just want to leave the stage to you. So maybe we can have your presentation on screen and we can start with it. And good luck.
Thank you. Give me a second.
Your voice is quite good. The video is great as well. So hope to see you in like 4 to 5 minutes. Now I can see your screen as well. Best of luck.
Give me a second. Okay. Is everything clear now? Can you see it?
Exactly. Yeah, perfect.
Okay, then I'm starting. Hello, everyone. I am Özge, and today I will be telling you about WorkyBe, our AI-powered sustainability platform that excels in efficiency and asset management. By integrating predictive analytics and digital process management in a single platform, we ensure operational excellence along with cost reduction. With IoT monitoring, our users can access their assets from anywhere in the world and control their systems such as lighting and HVAC. WorkyBe, by analyzing IoT data and prior maintenance history, we can predict the health of equipment, and we can create alarms if there needs to be an intervention. And our energy production prediction module predicts and plans the supply of energy. And we are really proud to be operating on solar energy production system, which roughly is equal to 15% of Turkey's national energy production capacity, solar energy production capacity, I'm sorry. And continuing with the energy cycle, we also can predict and plan the consumption of energy. For example, we can track the consumption 24/7, and we can find the discrepancies that can arise between the forecast and the observations. And with this way, our customer Migros was able to accrue more than $20 million of saving this year alone by operating our software on their more than 3,000 grocery stores. And we not only collect IoT data and we not only give predictions, but we also allow users to take an action with end-to-end facility maintenance management module. And we were founded in 2020. We currently are working with 70 corporate companies coming from 13 different sectors. And along with this know-how, we are really happy to contribute to these companies' sustainability goals, because in total, we help them save 65 gigawatts of electricity per month using our software. And we are a team of 21 coming as engineers, entrepreneurs, experts, and academics, and 4 of these team members make up our management team. And we have been expanding our portfolio year by year because more and more companies have been operating with WorkyBe to excel their operations and reach their sustainability goals. And we also have solutions for malls and hotels as well. For the consumption side, we can increase the energy efficiency by predict and manage the consumption processes. And for the solar panels that can be installed on top of these buildings, we can plan and predict the energy supply that will come to these buildings. And for operational excellence and cost reduction, our users can use WorkyBe for maintenance, facility, and subcontractor management. And lastly, just let me show you a screen to visualize what I've been telling so far. So the screen that you're seeing right now is a mock-up screen of a real version that we're using. And as you can see, this is the energy consumption prediction and management for facilities. On the left, there is a graph for energy consumption monitoring and reduction by comparing the observation with forecasts. On the right, there's a forecast for number of customers, which is a really important value, not only for perfect predictions, but also planning the operations. And as a result of all of this, we can help users to manage their electricity bills and hopefully reduce their carbon footprints. I think this is more or less the time allocated to me. So thank you so much for your time. And we will be looking forward to meet with businesses that wants both excellent and sustainable operations.
I mean, your timing is impeccable. At 4 minutes, you knew that that we are kind of time is off. You have great group of companies. I hope we will have more interest coming through with digital twins, hotel management, and also energy efficiency. Maybe you might like to also collaborate some of the startups which we're pitching today. And thank you very much, Özge, for joining with us today. And maybe we can go and start our panel because I'm quite interested in their opinions as well. So I see Sabina is joining already. I'm going to leave the stage to this great panel on the global PropTech industry trends and perspectives. Sabina is our COO of Hackquarters. So I'm going to leave the stage to Sabina to have this great fireside chat and hopefully they close the event. And thank you for all the startups who pitched today. And we are going to be in touch as soon as possible. Best of luck, Sabina, with your panel.
Thank you. Thank you, Kaan. I want to invite all the panelists who are joining us today to open the cameras and the microphones. So welcome, everyone. Today, as a panelist, we'll have Yagmur Yasar from Renaissance, General Manager at Renaissance Real Estate. We'll have Menno Lammers, founder and Chief Impact Officer at PropTech for Good from Netherlands. And we'll have Mete Varas from Middle East PropTech Initiative, founder of this initiative. And I think that all of our today panelists already joined. Welcome, everyone. And especially after such great startup pitches, like such technologies, I think that our panel will be more or less exploring some of the pivotal topics of the PropTech industry that some of the startups have already touched, like the new trends or the sustainability issue, or how the startups are working with the corporate companies in PropTech sectors. So I hope that we will shed a little bit of light to this emerging landscape of the real estate industry, PropTech industry, and it's maybe talk about some of the impact on the future of business in general. So I want to start I want to start with the first question to Yagmur Yasar. And I know while we were designing the program, so we were talking too much about the potential collaboration between the Renaissance and between the big corporate companies, real estate companies, and how they are working and innovating with the technological startups in these areas. So maybe you can mention a little bit about the efficiency or this integration process that you are facing in Renaissance. And of course, I would be happy to hear both, like some positive stories, like a good case studies, but at the same time, maybe you can talk about a little bit about the challenges that you're having as well.
Thank you, Sabina. I've been following the presentations, and most of them were impressive. I thank all the entrepreneurs, let me say, for their efforts, and I trust that their motivation will continue. Just as an overview, I mean, Renaissance is a big conglomerate doing mainly construction business all around the world. I am responsible from the commercial real estate business of Renaissance Holding, and I'm based in Istanbul. We have, 12 shopping centers, many office buildings, and other, investment and development projects in the pipeline. As the size grows and as the time emerges, I mean, there is definitely a need for integrating the technology into your business. This is unavoidable. To summarize the presentations we have followed up to now, I can classify them under 3 categories, let me say. First category would be the management, applications or softwares. Under the management, some of them are preventive maintenance, some of them are regarding sustainability, some of them are more operational, but I would group them under the management category. Some of them are regarding, CRM, of course, customer relations has always been very important and will be always the key issue in coming decades, because people want to feel more and more private and more important. So customer journey, customer experience is getting more and more importance, and this is why this customer relationship is increasing in terms of importance. The third category I would group the presentations would be more oriented towards the sale of properties. There's a big room in all of these categories, definitely, and I see many entrepreneurs are trying to do some business there, trying to develop some business there. We are currently working with some of them, globally and locally. In our experiences, we are currently, in our portfolio, we are using almost a dozen of applications and softwares. So our challenge is we are using this many applications or softwares, and we want to create a single trustable, reliable and manageable data to interpret it and use the information to manage our portfolio. So in the last few years, our main focus has been on integrating these softwares as much as we could, so that we can get all the information in one package, and we can give our management a decision tool for the future decisions through our management system. So it's not easy. It hasn't been easy. Some of the presentations here are very, very sharp and to the point, and let me say focused. But some of them are more generalist in a more generalist approach. When, to my experience, when the software developers are aiming a broader scope, they get distracted more easily. We had difficulties in the past to focus our developers into what we need and what we ask for. So the main, of course, this is twofold. I'm explaining the investors or the user's point of view. As a user, I want to get what I want. Of course, on the other side, on the developer side, of course, the developers may target different users. I may not be one of their main targets, but as they develop it, they want to put more and more, information or more attractive dashboards so that they can attract more customers on their side. However, I prefer more focus to what I need type of developments. Otherwise, we have been working on this since 3-4 years for the integration that I mentioned, and otherwise we see that this distraction can go indefinitely and decrease the efficiency of programs or softwares that we are using. So the big challenge is developing what is needed for, what is aimed for. And the big challenge is focusing on exactly what the customer or what the user is asking for. This is the main challenge I have observed in the few years, and I wanted to share it with the participating, professionals, companies, and people here. I mean, to all extent, we are open. We still look for improving our our way of doing our business, and we know that we are not still at the top, but our focus is maximizing the efficiency of our software. I'm myself, coming from an analyst background, so data is very important. So monitoring the data, monitoring the anomalies, and warning the management in time, these are extremely important. And likewise, the sustainability is the major concern in our group since a few years. We are, since 8 years, we are doing a competition for, sustainability projects in Turkey. I mean, hundreds of projects are joining, and we are trying to support as many as we can. So our sustainability objectives are very challenging, but up to now we had reached, our targets, and we are ahead of our targets. So we know the importance of this sustainability. So there's a big, I would say, big, not say big, but the sustainability softwares seems lucky to me. So
because it's a big trend right now, of course, everyone
yes.
wants to follow the trends. Of course, we will talk
Yes.
a little bit with
Exactly.
with our panelists as well. But at the same time, Yagmur Bey, what I remember is like when we just started to talk with your team, I remember that people, I mean, especially your marketing and innovation team, was sharing the desire and was sharing the openness to integrate the technology that the startups are proposing since the beginning of the directly to the customers, and to add it like a value added solutions, to what you're already selling, like to the residential buildings and the apartment that you are selling. And to see how you can innovate. I mean, how the PropTech sales or the apartment sales, let's say real estate sales, can be innovative at the same time and make life of people easier as well. So we will come back to sustainability, because I know that you are also doing trying to incorporate sustainability solutions in different aspects or different categories of your activities. But at the same time, I want to go on with our institutional panelists from the institutional sides of the PropTech, so Menno and Mete, and maybe we can talk a little bit about like the change management in the PropTech. Menno, so Yagmur already mentioned about the initiative that they have in the within the Renaissance in general, these big holdings. But at the same time, I know that you're already also touching Mete, and maybe you can also add upon that. So that will be great, because you are working with a lot of different organizations, companies, and you see how the corporate sector is transforming together with the PropTech sector. So how is this change happening? So because we all understand, I mean, even today we saw a lot of technological solutions, you know, like innovative proposals that the companies are making to the corporate companies, but are the corporate companies really ready for that? So so is the mindset ready, especially in the PropTech? Or it's because in some case there is always some conventional way of doing business in general. So maybe we can talk a little bit about that. So Menno, how do you think, how does it happen in Europe? And maybe we can get some Middle East feedback from Mete as well after that.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Maybe a short introduction about PropTech for Good. So PropTech for Good, we started the movement in 2020 from the idea, how can technology and real estate doing something for good? So working on sustainable development goals. So that's always the starting point, joining forces with 42 associations around the world, also to increase their pie, because most of the associations are focused on the digital transformation of their local market. But now we add the whole sustainability part. Of course, sustainability is a broad topic, but everything related to the sustainable development goals, ESG, impact, that's the main focus. So we're now building an alliance with companies who are making that impact or contributing on a positive way to ESG. So a lot of solutions I'm not interested in because I'm only focusing on the ones who positively contribute to those topics like health and well-being, affordable housing, sustainable cities, responsible production and consumption, climate action, that kind of topics. Of course, the question is really great, and we can talk for hours about it. What I observe right now when I look from a broader perspective, there are a lot of challenges right now with the geopolitics, the inflation, the interest rates, labor. There are a lot of things happening right now, but I also see companies are pulling back. So in the beginning was everything should be, you know, great and awesome, and now they're saying no, we're going to pick our low-hanging fruit. So it's really focused on short-term profits and to take care that they stay profitable at the as a company. So really focused on the shareholder value instead of system value. I see also a lot of alignment right now with regulations, especially in Europe, with the CSRD is coming. That's for reporting. You have to report in 2025, but you have to measure 2024. So everybody is preparing and very busy on that. And of course, it should be related to LEED and BREEAM, but of course that's not really sustainable. But the whole system is working that way, because if you have a BREEAM or LEED certification, it's easier to get money or cheaper money and that kind of things. better to sell. So that's a big challenge. And also, corporates don't have an enterprise architect. So most of the time they start with some pilots, and then they grow, and then they hire some people with talents, or they're doing upskilling. So it's a whole process and a whole cultural change and a mindset change. I know we have to, but currently it feels like we're some sort of managing uncertainty. So it's a very challenging phase right now. I see there will be a lot of mergers in the startup space. I expect also consolidation, bankruptcy. So a lot of dynamics at the moment.
There is always two sides of the story, like as Yagmur mentioned. So they are looking for something specific that totally like meets their needs and requirements, to support or to propose it directly to the customers that they're working with. But at the same time, the startups are looking for some playground, like a big corporate company, like where they can pilot, test, and apply their solution. So that's why it's always like I don't want to say that it's a kind of uncertainty, but at the same time, there is always kind of questions from the both sides. And especially when it applies to ours as Hackquarters, we're working with a lot of corporate companies all over the world. And the first question that the corporates are asking, the corporate companies are asking while we're trying to bring them together with the startups is like, okay, so what we should do with them? I mean, like, now train us, okay, how to talk to them. So that's why this is the issue in general, because like in some cases, startups are quite flexible. They want to do everything, they want to do, yes, we can do that. Yeah, we can do that. But in the end, like as Yagmur just mentioned, some of them are too generalists, and in the final end, so it's not necessarily meeting the core of the problem. It's not always like solving the core of the problem. So, yeah.
If I can say a bit about it, what I see a lot of point solutions, so very narrow solutions. And of course, that's for surviving. On the other hand, I also see a lot of corporate organizations say, yeah, but we want a big system where we can have a single source of truth and everything has to be incorporated. So if you are a startup and you have a single point, you can answering the specific question. On the other hand, they want a whole system.
Touch it directly, maybe.
Yeah, so sometimes it's really frustrating because you can solve a problem for company A, but maybe company B is formulating a bit different. So you have to broader, and you have to figure out where it is.
Yes, absolutely.
At the end, they want a whole system because they want to manage the whole organization. So they want something big, but they want to buy something small. So it's really, chicken and egg sometimes, and you have to figure out where to go.
Absolutely. Thank you, Menno. So Mete, maybe we can elaborate a little bit. Welcome. I'm so happy to see you. So I know that the last time where we talked, at least, so you were mentioning about like the development that the PropTech is quite emerging in Middle East, and there is a lot of really cool events and companies that are joining this sector and working in the sector. And I mean, like, so how do you see this in terms of this, like, corporate and the technology development, let's say, and at the same time, it's all connected with the new urban development trend that the Middle East is having right now. And I know you're the part of that. You're meeting with a lot of people in Emirates and in the region. So how do you analyze, and how do you think, what are the like main trends or maybe main challenges right now?
Thank you for inviting me. Good to see old friends. Menno, hi. Yagmur. Who would have thought, huh? So even though I have two hats. One is Middle East PropTech initiative that you announced. I also have Eurasia PropTech initiative down in Dubai, Istanbul. So which has been active since 2018. Before I answer your question, just want to add one thing. When you mentioned that there are some trendy subjects, you said it's not about, if you're talking about sustainability, it's way we passed that stage. Today it is a must for a couple of reasons. Not because you want to do this for the good thing, but because there is going to be I would say money behind it. So as Yagmur representing a company having real estate assets, they have to manage it, and if they actually want to go and do anything with financing, etc., unless they show first of all, they have to show the reporting, because Menno said that the regulation is coming. Maybe 15 years ago, you can see this as like a social responsibility thing. Most of the, unfortunately, markets, the Eastern you go, they still think that this is kind of like a fad. It's not. Anyway, so your question, and another thing probably I can start by answering is that this PropTech thing has been around. We've been in the business probably like 25 years almost. It started. It goes through different stages. It evolves. It starts with the marketplaces, and then going to the property management software, asset management software. All the really that were like the trendy ones in between. And then the last 8 years or so, everything is now centered around sustainability issues. Obviously, carbon is one thing; it's not the only one, or solar. Again, something Menno mentioned, and also something as a pain point that Yagmur is also mentioned is, they're matching it, because used to be not only this is it's happening in the fintech or any other subject or vertical. So used to be startups, especially when everybody got into the home during lockdown. So the whole world, I've been in GITEX in Dubai this week. There are zillions of startups, literally. At some point, you don't even notice that who is doing what, right? So it really becomes like a commodity. I actually want to write an article about this. So even solutions becoming a commodity, right? So the 10 years ago, a certain pain point might be, or solution to a certain pain point might be enough, but not anymore. Because at some point, you end up using 5, 6, 8 different solutions or applications, and most of which do not speak each other. It used to be like silos, even though now there are APIs, but still you need to configure it and then connect with them. Whereas either through merge and acquisition or coming from the late stage, now solutions are now becoming more like a platform. So product to that platform switch is happening. And your question about what urban you said?
Yes, because eventually it touched the way of life of people, like or it touches how what is the transformation, yeah. So maybe you can mention about because we know that there is a lot of new cities that are rising right now, especially in MENA regions, some futuristic, and so how do you predict it? So
obviously everybody, people usually talk about Dubai because they did the hardest thing, what Western world did in 150 years. They did less than 30 years. And it's, becoming like a poster boy. That's why, and now Saudi is being transformed from scratch. That will take another 20 years probably, like Dubai. But for the urban thing, real estate is multidisciplinary subject. So you have the architect, engineers, civil engineers, designers, etc. But what I see is that there are 4 or 5 big trends happening right now or affecting. One is the remote work. Not to mention everything is now happening on the not work from home, but work from anywhere. The second one is probably the climate change. It triggers migration. We haven't seen it, but it is going to be one of the source for the new urban development because it creates, urban heat, hurricane, flood, fire, droughts, mega droughts, and obviously decarbonization. The third one probably will be space technology. For the next, I would say, 20, 30 years, we're going to have a completely different world. As you know, most of the tech that we are using today, either coming from the space or coming from the war, the military. So imagine that you have the real-time data anywhere on any part of the world. So all the applications right now, even using today, developed today, but with that data, it will be enormous, effect. And then another one will be autonomous everything, not just autonomous cars, but that affects again all the elements of urban. The mobility, parking. You don't actually need this kind of parking. What are you going to do with this parking? Flying vehicles. It's been around, but now they announced finally that Dubai is going to have flying taxis from Dubai to Marina to airport by the end of the mid next year. And obviously, not to mention AI. With AI, it's pretty much like electricity. So it will probably affect everyone and everything. But specifically for urban, this is going to be a completely different world. From building codes to zoning to simulations, all the digital twin applications before, during, and post building, planning, designing. Enormous world we're waiting for.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mete. Thank you. And Menno, you want to add something, I guess.
Yes, one of the major trends I also see in the city environment is really nature. So, bringing nature into the city again, to reduce heat stress, to embrace and let people thrive and planet thrive. So it's really, we're going from human-centric to planet-centric, and human as being part of the planet. So more a regenerative movement. So I always say we are degenerative. We are, producing and consuming materials. So we're also going to see a lot of new materials there. Now sustainability, doing less harm. It's a license to operate. You have to. But now we're moving into the regenerative world, thinking as living systems and embracing nature and being part of nature. And that will be a really mind shift, because doing less bad is still doing the same as we learned and educated in the last centuries. But now we have to make a big shift. But that's in the undercurrent. It's under its way.
Absolutely. Absolutely agree with you, and absolutely agree with Mete that sustainability is a must. And actually, elaborating on sustainability, I want to come back to Yagmur Yasar as well, because I know that sustainability is like in the core of the business, and especially when it comes not only for the construction, the apartment itself, but at the same time when it comes to the shopping malls and the work spaces that you are trying to modify within Renaissance right now. So maybe you can tell a little bit about that. So because I know that the carbon footprint and the waste management is one of the biggest issues that you're facing right now. I mean, and that you're trying to work upon. So what's going on with Renaissance on that?
As I mentioned in the first section, I mean, reducing the carbon footprint is our major focus since 8 years now. So since 8 years, we are taking necessary precautions to reduce our, footprint. We reduced our energy consumption in 12 shopping centers. My friends send me the information. So we reduced our electricity consumption per year, amounting up to 31.8 million kilowatt hours per year. So this is corresponding to something like, more than 20,000 households annual energy consumption, or this corresponds to almost 15,000 tons of carbon. So this is a big amount. So we made it in this 8 years period, and we did not stop. Our aim is hopefully reaching carbon zero in 2028, which is quite early as compared to many competitors around the world. So we are already in investment and development stage for our photovoltaic, energy production plants, and we are relentlessly working on reducing the energy consumption, because we implemented, for example, a simple but to the point application for energy monitoring, and this is giving us its results. One of our friends is an engineer, of course. He's sitting in Istanbul and he's monitoring all shopping centers at various points, and if he sees some anomalies, he immediately calls the center. There's something going on over there. What's it? Oops, they see the terrace door is open. Oops, they see the rooftop is not working, or something else. So monitoring the anomalies is helping us a lot, and also the people are conscious now. They especially after the pandemic, they realized the importance of environmental issues, and they don't want freezing temperatures in the summers, and they don't want to sweat under in December. So they understand the climate is there, so they don't want extra conditioned spaces. So we will continue towards our target. We know where we are going, and as Mete and Menno has already mentioned, there are green certifications. International institutions are providing those green certifications. In our country, although the financing institutions or customers or tenants do not appreciate the importance of this yet, we always target to get the highest grade from these green building certification institutions, and we will continue to get. I mean, they are giving you certification for 1 year, and the next year you have to, not 1 year, but for a definite period of time. The following period you have to renew it. We don't put it aside. we always renew our green certifications, and up to now we always get, outstanding, which is the best quotation from BREEAM in all of our portfolio. To the best of my knowledge, there is not any investor in the world whose portfolio gets outstanding BREEAM in use certifications 100%. So one of them excellent, one of them outstanding, one of them good. Ours is all of them so outstanding. So it shows how important it is for Renaissance, and our sustainable project competition, which is continuing since 8 years, is another indication which, Renaissance is paying a special attention on sustainability. And this is not for for material terms, but this is for humanitarian terms. So as a big conglomerate in the country, we are aware, we are conscious about this issue, and we do our best, and we try to spread the good examples to the country and internationally if possible.
Thank you very much. So maybe just going on with the sustainability issue, Menno, we can talk a little bit about the other side of sustainability, because I know that you already mentioned the regulation, and you already mentioned the efforts that the companies and the startups are doing in this issue. But what are the major obstacles that you see right now in implementing of the solution? Because we're all laughing on these videos, like a fueling Tesla, with adding some additional kind of parts, to the car, but at the same time, this is the reality. People try. Yes, at the same time, there is a big consciousness, about the sustainability issues, about the ESGs and all these, 17 boxes that we already know. But at the same time, people are trying to use some easy, cheaper solutions as well. So what's behind that? So Mete, I will be happy if you can elaborate on that question as well. So about the other side of sustainability, and maybe provide your opinion or your vision about the pitfalls of this integration of sustainability technologies into the current business.
Yeah, it's an important question. One of the things is, of course, overpromise and underdeliver. I know a lot of solutions think they can solve the problem, but then they figure out that, for example, the system is not ready for the system in the building is not ready for their solution. So they think, we will get the data and then we can do smart things with it. But sometimes buildings are not on that level. I think also a big pitfall is, only thinking in bricks and money. I think that's not enough anymore. So you really have to focus on holistic. But of course, you also have the current system, how they incentivize things. But we have to move beyond GDP. I always say we have to create more system value. Don't sell dashboards. I know. Maybe in the beginning you can when the countries and companies are developing, but I know from the more mature real estate companies, they say, don't sell me a dashboard, I block you, I don't like it, because I don't want to see on the screen that it's 20 degrees inside. I want to see when it's 25 that I have to act and what I have to do, or even something is happening already. So, it's more than just, giving information on the dashboard. And why should you get dashboard information when you can also ask ChatGPT to get the data? Another pitfall is stakeholder management. It's not a question of plug and play, implement it and run away, but really learn how people and stakeholders can benefit from your solution. It's really important. It's part of the product. And that's a quote by Khadija Nadi from DeltaQ. I think also less is more. And that's also, the chicken and egg where we already talked about, the future overkill, but also being aware of your technology, because if you're selling hardware, use circular materials for the hardware, for example, or try to reduce your energy, because the IT industry was in 2007 was around 1 or 1.5% of the global gas emissions. In 2040, it will be 14. So we try to reduce, but we also increase because of using digital technology. And solutions, if you want to do something on the sustainability side, you have to be aware that the solutions create a positive impact on people or species and the environment. So for example, if you close all the windows to reduce energy, but people getting sick because of the sick building syndrome, you don't have a sustainable future or a sustainable business case in the end, because then you have to pay for sick people, etc., etc. So you have to be smart or intelligent when you're creating a sustainable solution. So and think about that planet first mindset, so to say.
Yeah, indeed, a lot of has been said today about the balance, balance between the implementation and the innovation, the balance between the sustainability and the impact on the life. So Mete, maybe you have something to add upon the other side of sustainability, and how do you see how it's being evolved?
Well, I think it's, first of all, it's a learning stage, and I would say process for both sides. I mean, there are right now, last time I checked, around 18,000 solutions out there worldwide, PropTech. So there is no, it's pretty much like the innovation. There's no such thing that, I have this and I only do that and no one else is doing. It's not the case. And specifically for the software solutions on PropTech, even the ones that I saw a couple of them today before the session, pretty much any PropTech market has at least one or two solutions. So there has been bombarded. I mean, the Renaissance or other companies, they've been bombarded for years, right? So they already shared the problems. Most of them still don't, but in the early days, none of them had the people to evaluate and if they like it, to integrate. Once they integrate it and use the data, even though the solution might be way better than the capacity of the customer, still you are limited with the customer's resources. So there was a mismatch, but I think we passed that stage for most of the companies. Another I would say gap is that obviously the last, I would say 5 to 8 years, there was there was a different world. No inflation, no interest rates, even zero interest rates. So the money was available, and even the companies, even they don't even need desperately, they will still go out and buy and test it. Today, most of the solutions obviously need to show the customer the return on investment. That's number one case, and this is not easy. showing in some cases you also need to integrate your platform that requires integrations work, and most of the startups they don't even have the RAM power, so if they manage to do that and show the return on investment, then we can obviously talk about different stuff. Some other things specifically for the sustainability, Menno mentioned, biodiversity is one area that is going to be even more important. It is going to be just like carbon credits. There is going to be biodiversity credits. There are now marketplaces coming up on this. And interestingly, real estate companies and funds are the ones we're investing in. Normally, most countries, I know Turkey is one of them. When you say real estate, people usually understand construction, but it's not, obviously, as we know. It's all about finance. So another thing that I was going to say, forgot there was one other thing that I was going to mention you. Biodiversity, and anyway, I forgot it now.
Absolutely no problem. Thank you very much. Thank you. I mean, it was very interesting discussion.
Okay, I remember.
Yeah.
So all the things
Sure.
we've been talking about is obviously the operational carbon, whereas when you go into this detail and you the US plus EU regulations, even some in the Asia Pacific. So they actually want scope 3, scope 1, 2, 3. So scope 3 is the supply chain as well. So it's not like the operational that how much energy you use. These are good stuff, obviously. However, you also need to A, calculate, B, report, and if you're currently building a new one, you also need to take into this consideration the scope 3, the materials. When starting from the cement, are they using still fuel, oil? How are they going to be transported? Is it going to be transported with trucks? If it's trucks, are they using diesel? Just because there's no electric trucks out there, all sort of stuff, right? So the idea is obviously going to be net zero, not just consume, but you have to produce. The buildings need to produce more than you consume. Net positive kind of stuff.
Yes, thank you, Menno. Again, you have some comment, please.
Yeah, so it's embodied carbon, and that's how it's called. And in 2025, you get a new regulation, the CBAM in Europe. So that also forces industries, not only real estate and construction, to create low carbon, because when you want to import steel or that kind of stuff, you have to pay your carbon tax. So there will be a lot of innovation on the design and construction and materials side, and also more bioregions, also to create to source your materials more local, and not like we did in the past, to build towers in Dubai and then importing the sand from the Dutch rivers. I don't want to say it won't happen again, but that's will be an issue, or a more expensive issue, so to say.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Thank you. I think it was very fruitful. We had some questions, but I think they were answered live. Yagmur, maybe you want to add about some? Yeah,
I would like to add something, Sabina. It's Friday evening, huh? So, I believe in love at first sight, so it's important. So the startups should impress the investors, definitely. But they have the right to marry as many investors as they can. You know, this is not
Absolutely, yeah.
for people.
This is what is also evolving, you know, like
yes.
in the ecosystem. Yeah,
Yes,
of course.
so they should not only attract the attention of investors, but they should understand the requirements and needs of the investors, and you know, elaborate more on their requirements so that they can tailor-make their softwares. And I trust that most of the investors have common understanding. If they can marry one, they can extend it to other investors. So for Friday evening, they should take my advice. Huh?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's why I was happy when the last startup WorkyBe, they came like prepared and showed even the last slide of what they can do together with Renaissance. So that was really great. Absolutely agree with you. I mean, this is the thing that it actually brings diversity, you know, for the startups, of course. Thank you very much, Yagmur, Menno, and Mete, for joining us today. It was a great discussion. I hope that we can have maybe elaborate on that in the upcoming next 6 months when we will have the next PropTech Startup Challenge as well. And just to wrap up our today's event, I would love to share our, just a minute. Yeah, I would love to share the feedback form that we have, and I will be happy if you can scan it and provide your feedbacks for this event. And again, thanks to all the startups who joined us, who applied. I know there was a lot of startups from like more than 20 countries that applied to this startup challenge, and a lot of startups are raising investments, so it's a great chance for the visibility. But at the same time, as Hackquarters, who will share the decks or will share the profiles to the startups, to the investors that we have in our portfolio. And I hope that it will bring, the challenge will bring more collaboration between the startups and the corporate partners that we have and that we have onboarded and keep on onboarding. But at the same time, it will bring more investment and maybe some successful cases that we would be able to share in the next PropTech challenge that we are planning to have in spring 2024 as well. So thank you very much again for joining us today, and I hope that we will keep in touch and stay tuned for the upcoming news about the PropTech challenge in spring 2024. Thank you.